Welcome everybody to Snake Cinema Reviews. I'm your host Prince Elias. This is Mr. Gold, and today we are reviewing Black Mirror Season 6. Yes. Now, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Usually my TV reviews don't get a lot of traction, but when I love a show, or when I'm fascinated by a show, or when I care about a show, and I want to get the word out, I feel like I should review and talk about it. So even though my TV reviews aren't as big as my movie reviews, I still want to talk about it. And I'm not the type of critic that do episode by episode. I like to review it as a whole. So we're going to talk about season 6 of Black Mirror. Now, first of all, I love Black Mirror. If you've never seen Black Mirror, it's on Netflix. We are on season 6 now. It was released last week, I believe last Friday. But it's basically a modern day technology driven version of the Twilight Zone. It's made and produced and written in the UK by Charlie Brooker. I believe that's his name. I want to respect the man because as the showrunner, because this is his baby, and he's the modern day Rod Serling. Me growing up as a kid, not having cable, at my grandparents' house, and had to watch the old school TV where you only had like 5 channels. The Twilight Zone was my show. That was my hit. I loved it. I didn't get all the stories growing up as a kid, like the lessons that were learned in each story, but rewatching as an adult, I watch it every year. Every New Year's, the Sci-Fi Channel always do their Twilight Zone marathon for all day New Year's Eve, all day New Year's Day, and I watch it religiously every year, even though I have the Twilight Zone box set on DVD. That's how much I love the Twilight Zone. And when I was first introduced to Black Mirror, they were on season 3, and so I went back and watched season 1 and 2. I believe season 1 and 2 had probably just 3 episodes in their season, so it was easy to binge. But season 3, I'm gonna let y'all know right now, season 3 is the peak of Black Mirror in my opinion. It is the top-notch best season in my opinion. Don't come for me, because I know a lot of people, when you mention Black Mirror, they always mention the episodes in seasons 1 and 2, but when I talk about Black Mirror to people and I recommend it, I say dive head first into season 3. You can go back to season 1, 2 later. Dive head first into season 3. And that's the best thing about Black Mirror. Like the Twilight Zone, it is an anthology show. So every episode is a different story with different characters. You don't have to, and I love anthologies because you don't have to be married to, you know how most TV shows, you have to be committed and follow the same characters throughout the entire season, and then you get attached to a character, and then that character dies in season 5, and you're like, oh my gosh, and then the whole story no. Anthologies are the best in movies and TV shows because every story is a different story with different characters. Now, do they throw Easter eggs from previous seasons into certain episodes of future seasons? Yes, everybody does that, but if you wanted to dive head first into season 6 because it just came out on Netflix and you probably see it on your screen as soon as you put on Netflix, go ahead and watch season 6 and then go back and watch the previous seasons because, like I said, it's an anthology. So, you don't have to be married to, you don't have to start from the very beginning to get it. So like I said, it's a modern day version of the Twilight Zone. And to me, the peak, the upper echelons is season 3. To me, the weakest is whichever season had the episode with Miley Cyrus and that episode with the video games with Anthony Mackie in it. I want to say season 5. I could be wrong. It's either 4 or 5. I believe it's 5. That was the weakest. But even with me saying that is the weakest, I enjoyed all those episodes of that season. So even though I say it's the weakest, I mean compared to other seasons. But as far as if you just watch season 4, there were some good stories. There were some good episodes. I enjoyed them. I enjoyed the acting. The actings are always top notch, whether it's an actor that you probably never heard before because they're from the UK, because most of these shows are taped in the UK, a few in America, but majority UK. Or if it's a big name celebrity that everybody knows. It doesn't matter. the acting is always top notch. I've never, even the episodes that I wasn't a big fan of, I never complained about the acting. The only reason why certain episodes are stronger than others is the writing, whoever wrote it, whether it's Charlie Brooker or someone else, because he has other writers. Well, he doesn't write every episode. He has other writers, other collaborators, or the direction. Usually, usually my take on Black Mirror episodes, whether I love them or hate them, always have to do with the story. Whether it's the twist, if they have a twist, whether it's the message that they're trying to give, or whether it was just entertaining. The stories are what always drive my ranking of episodes. And like I said, when it comes to casting, they don't fail. Even the weak episodes that I don't go back to, or I like, it's alright, the acting never fails. Cinematography, because they're using technology. Most of these stories are talking about technology. They were talking about this AI shit way before this AI shit blew up. They were talking about in previous seasons like 1 through 3, they were talking about artificial intelligence. They were talking about the situations that happened with the vid in 2020. They were talking about politicians with, people like Trump and Biden. They were talking about those subjects way before the shit happened. You know how we always say The Simpsons predicted certain events that happened? Black Mirror did too. The writing, the storytelling, but Rod Serling did in The Twilight Zone back in the day, in the 50s or 60s or whatever time period it was, because I can't remember off the top of my head, when he was writing about technology, the future, humanity as a whole and life. A lot of stuff he wrote that was going on during that time, but a lot of stuff he wrote, he was way ahead of his time. We're talking about now and dealing with now. So I love that type of writing, and I think that's the gist of it, life and humanity and how we're progressing. For these creatives to be able to write these types of stories and talk about them and show us, hey, if we keep going down this route, this is going to happen. If we go down this route, this is going to happen. And all the possibilities, good and bad, even the more depressing episodes that are like, when you get through, you like, damn, I think I need to go watch some Big Mouth or some Simpsons just to brighten my mood up. Those dire episodes that are like so bleak and stuff. The writing and storytelling is amazing, and you will never forget it. That's why I always recommend, if you like The Twilight Zone, the old school or the recent remake, it doesn't matter, or if you like anthologies and stuff like that, or you like, just different things outside the norm but still can be relevant to today's society, mentality, and everything like that, check out Black Mirror. I recommend Black Mirror. Now, let's talk about season 6 as a whole. I would rank, if season 3 was the pinnacle and season 5 was like meh, season 6 is in the middle. There were some great, first of all, it was only 6 episodes. It's not that long. None of these seasons are long. I think season 3 might have been the longest, but I can't remember. I'll go back and look at the marquee on Netflix, but season 6 is right in the middle. It's only 6 episodes, and I think it's pretty even. You have some episodes that are like amazing, and I'm not going to do any spoilers because I want you to go in blind and watch these episodes. And they were like, oh shoot, that was great, amazing. And then there's some that's like, it was alright. Great acting, but story-wise, it was alright. So 6 episodes. I would say 3 were amazing. 3 were okay. None of them were trash. So if I was just ranking season 6 by itself, because this is an anthology, you don't need to watch previous seasons to get season 6, I would give it a I'm gonna give it a 7 points. 7 points even. 7 out of 10 for the thing. Maybe a 6.5 due to one particular episode that I just really didn't care for and probably never rewatch. But between 6.5 and 7 out of 10. Still good, solid season. Amazing. But you know, at least 3 episodes of this season I can do without. Half that I can do without. I can probably never rewatch again. And then the other 3, they were amazing. They were like, great. Uh, it was good. So the reason why I'm not going into details about what each episode is about or characters is because I want you to go in blind. In season 6, they did, like I said, they never fail on casting. But season 6, they got a lot of star power, a lot of celebrities in this, recognizable celebrities in this. Whereas in previous seasons, you know, seasons 1 through 3, there's way more episodes where you might see an actor or a star that you probably never heard of. There was a lot of actors that I was introduced to from Black Mirror that I now see in movies and stuff now, like Daniel Kaluuya, you know, from Black Panther and Get Out and stuff. I first saw him in Black Mirror before any of those movies that he's been in. That was my first introduction to him. He was in Black Mirror previous season, so you know, you might see some familiar faces, you might see some faces you've never seen before, but the acting, again, is top notch regardless of the seasons, regardless of the episodes. But yeah, I really enjoy season 6. I love it, and watching season 6 make me want to go and binge watch all the seasons all the way through. One, because I want to catch all the Easter eggs from previous seasons. I did catch a few while watching. I was like, hey, I know where that's from, but it makes me want to go rewatch the binge watch the whole thing. Like I said, it's easy to binge watch Black Mirror. Well, I'm not going to say it's easy to binge watch Black Mirror because some episodes are a lot darker than others, and after you watch it, like Crocodile, I love Crocodile, but after watching that, I had to go take a break and watch some trash reality TV just to make me feel better, because that was just, ooh, talk about bleak. And also Shut Up and Dance, another great episode, but by the end, you were like, let me go outside and stare in the sun for a bit. It was one of those episodes, but it was so good. And the twist, you're like, what the you know. So yes, please go, if you got Netflix or if you got someone's Netflix password, go check out Black Mirror season 6. Watch it, I recommend it, but then watch the other seasons. Like I said, season 3 is the peak, pinnacle, the best in my opinion, but the other seasons aren't that bad. And again, each season has on average 3 to 4 episodes, at most 6 or 7. So it's not a long show. It's not like Law and Order SVU where you got 52 seasons and 6,000 episodes. So you can easily binge watch Black Mirror on a weekend if you wanted to. And if you have a 3-day weekend like me, happy Juneteenth, where you don't have to work today, you can watch it. So please go check out Black Mirror season 6. Check out all of Black Mirror on Netflix. I'm your host, Prince Elias. This is Mr. Gold, and we are out. We'll check y'all in the next review. Peace.